We're live. We're live. Can everybody see me okay? My brightness might not be turned up as high as normal, which might be the reason it looks funny to me. There are so many airplanes today. So many airplanes. We live not too far from a little airport, and for whatever reason, apparently all the pilots have nothing else to do, so they're flying. Sorry, my ad is playing. There we go. But I've heard it's been so quiet around here, and then today I noticed a bajillion different planes, little planes, flying around, making all sorts of racket. So, it is what it is. But let me know if the outside noise gets to be too much, because I have both of my windows open because it gets hot in here, and it has been cool enough here, like low 70s, to actually allow us to leave the windows open and get like the cross breeze going and not have to use the air conditioner, which has been amazing. Except what you've had them down there too. Weird. Do you have a little? I know the big airport is in your direction, but the little airport, is the little airport by you too? We have a little airport not that far from us. So I'm not surprised by the sounds, and I recognize the sounds because it's the same sounds that I hear when I'm at my in-laws' house in Florida. But it's just been alarming today because it's been so many of them. I don't know what everyone's doing. But anyway, let me know. You might hear the occasional dog or the occasional child, but in order for air circulation to keep going, I'm leaving the windows open for now. Oh, you live near a flight school? Oh my goodness, Lindsay. Well, you probably hear that all the time. It's funny though, because when I lived in Chicago, or the suburbs of Chicago, I lived very close to O'Hare Airport. So I was completely, I was able to tune out the massive amounts of commercial airlines that flew over my head on a daily basis. Lana joining for the first time. Hello, welcome. We're glad you're here. And so I've tuned it out. And when we moved to North Carolina, I didn't realize how quiet it could be. Being just a little bit we weren't far from the airport there either, but we were far enough where it wasn't constant airplane noise or whatever. And the same thing happened here. We're far enough away from the airport where it's not constant airplane noise. So today has been weird. Even though I grew up used to the airplane sounds, it's been very strange. Anyway, the chat hasn't been rolling. Why is my I was at the top. I'm like, why is my thing broken? Having a day, y'all. Having a day. Lissa's here, and Rosie's here, and Lindsay's here, and Sarah, and Becky. Everyone, she said it best. Hello, early birds. Everyone just gets the ball rolling without me, which is totally fine. Up until 5 minutes ago, I was downstairs with my husband watching the Titan games. He is off of work this week. He took off for hockey because he hasn't taken a week off in a long time. So he's watching hockey this week, and in between that, when I'm available, he tries to do something not hockey related. So over dinner, we were watching the Titan games with The Rock because we love fitness shows. We love them. Gets us jazzed up to go work out, So you guys are rocking it for being earlier than even I was tonight. Marie is here, and Patricia, and Jamie. And Lana's here, and Jennifer is here. Hello, my friends. All right, let's see what's going on here. My dad lives about an hour from Ontario. O'Hare is the closest I've ever been to visiting Chicago. You were technically there. You were technically there. I love Titans, but I never catch it. It's fun. I like it, and Sarah mentioned Ninja Warrior, and Brooke is here. Hello, Brooke. We used to watch Ninja Warrior. We are way behind on Ninja Warrior because we kind of lost not interest, but we aren't as excited about it now because it's so overproduced. All the stories, all the this, all the that, and I don't know. It's like, now there are so many ninja celebrities that it's not about the random people who show up anymore, And so Titan Games is literally about the random people. Like, awesome, what does he say? Everyday heroes that are doing these things. And it was fun because there was even an American Ninja Warrior on Titans as the celebrity that had to be beat. And it was, so we've been enjoying that show very much. And I love The Rock. The Rock seems like a really cool dude. So, I do hate all the production on those type of shows. My husband does too. He really hates it. He's like, why can't you just show me the action? I don't care about the backstory. Occasionally the stories are good. Like there were a handful of stories in Ninja that we really, really loved. Like the wife in the wheelchair a couple of years ago who is now no longer in the wheelchair and like she was terminally ill and is now doing really, really well. Like that story we loved because with the disabled wife, it kind of hit close to home for him. And so like, obviously I'm not in a wheelchair or anything, but you know, trying to overcome disabilities and get better and all that jazz is right up my alley. But just the overproduction in general has been just show us what the people can do, right? And move on. Anyway, so that's what I was doing up until a couple minutes ago. Small plans sound really different from the big one. Oh, the planes, yeah. I love Titans, but I never can watch it occasionally. Okay. All right, my friends. So today, now that we're rolling, YouTube has officially notified people that I am live because I'm convinced that people still don't know that I'm going live at 7:30 or 7, even though I tried to make it known today. Same with the singing shows, just saying that's how my husband feels about America's Got Talent. That's the other show that we're watching right now. And he's like, we've seen the story already. Fast forward through the story and just get to the new content, you know? So you and my husband would get along really well because you have the same beliefs in that, the overproduction of reality TV, 100%. All right, let's talk. We got stuff to talk about tonight. First, I want to cover some highs and lows. So send your highs and lows my way. Are there things that you want to celebrate that happened in the last week? Are there struggles that you want to share with us? Not so great things that happened you want to get off your chest? Nobody is obligated to share, but it is always fun to support one another or raise each other up and celebrate one another, whatever the case may be. So that's what I want to do right now. Let's do some highs and lows. Rosie, I love the voice, but sometimes fast forward the story. Yep. There seems to be a unanimous feel here. I wonder if the producers don't get that. For those of you that are newer to the community, apparently this was not a well-known thing, but have your beverage with you at all times during this stream. And by beverage, I mean water, not an alcoholic beverage, although those are welcome as well, but do not play the game of drink whenever Brianna drinks when there's alcohol involved. That game is meant for the water. Whenever I take a sip of water, you take a sip of water. That's how we stop, jump, and chug around here, my friends. My sister is on. Hello, Christina. And presumably, hello, Alice, who's right next to her. Maybe not. Maybe Christina managed to get away for a couple minutes. So highs and lows. Lay them on me, my friends. Lissa had a high. My dinner tonight was amazing. Love it. Love it. Sometimes all you need is a good dinner. I had leftovers and it was really good. I love roasted broccoli, and it still surprises me how much I love roasted broccoli. Like, I made it last night, and even as a leftover, I'm sitting there eating it, and I'm like, man, this is good. Who am I? What? Broccoli? Really? Oh my gosh, I love roasted broccoli. So stinking good. My high today, you guys already know if you've seen it on Instagram, but it is a big deal. And my mom is on, and Audrey is on. Hello, Audrey. Thank you for joining us before bed tonight. Hopefully this, little half an hour time makes a little bit of a difference. But my high today was I did a legitimate elbow plank for the first time, literally in my life, in my entire life. I don't think I will ever be able to do a plank up on my hands. And even in my Instagram post, I said never say never, because I never thought I'd be able to do the plank that I did today. But because of the way my arms don't straighten, I don't think I will ever be able to do a plank the way you're supposed to, because I'll collapse in on myself. Oh, Alyssa, thank you. The dumbbell, how appropriate. I love that. So I don't think I'll ever be able to do that. But I, hand to God, never thought I would be able to do a plank on my elbows, because my feet and my ankles weren't strong enough, and just the way you have to hold your body, I'm like, man, I'm never gonna have the strength to do that. Well, today it's week 8 of lift 4, so it is the last week of my second round of lift 4, And I was feeling particularly badass today. And when Joel Freeman said, you know, we're going to do planks with leg lifts, I was like, maybe, and usually I just modify the heck out of whatever it is he's having us do, right? I was like, what if I try to do a plank today? Just a regular, no leg lifts, no nothing. So he kind of got on my elbows, got on my knees, and he counted the 3, 2, 1, and I popped my toes out, and I was able to catch my toes underneath where I needed to. For those of you who don't know, I cannot flex my feet. So making that motion happen does not happen naturally to me. I had to leverage the floor and gravity to do it, but I managed to get my toes to pop underneath, and I pushed up, and I planked for 30 seconds. And the heart rate monitor, you guys, went, like I was in the 140s. Like it was work. But he's like, less than 10, less. I'm like, just hang on, keep going. And then collapsed on the ground. And then the next time he had us do planks, I did it for another 30 seconds. I did not do the third round. I figured 1 whole minute was enough. But I was so excited, I almost cried. Like, talk about the weight doesn't freaking matter. Look at what you can do. I have never done that in my life. And today, for the first time ever, I planked. And now I plan on trying to figure out, as long as it didn't jack up my back, we'll see how I feel tomorrow. But that is the fullest core workout I have ever seen in my life, or done in my life. Because that bad boy engages everything from your shoulders all the way down to your legs, because you have to keep everything stiff. And that core is working real hard. So I might be incorporating those just 30 seconds and then see, you know, over a lot of time, see if I can grow it. But man, I impressed myself today, and that was my high, and it was awesome. I don't know what my low is, quite frankly. I don't know what my low is. I'm subjected to hockey all week. That's my low. But I thought it was a good story. Good story. Let's see. What do we got? Hi, just coming off a 4-day weekend, sewed a t-shirt. I saw that on Instagram. That looked really cool. The crafty life is coming back, distracts me from boredom eating. That is awesome, Sarah. That's really great. Lows, PMS hunger, and I'm upset that I'm craving something that doesn't exist. I really want vanilla almond RX oat with vanilla almond butter and vanilla almond granola. Well, you know, you don't need to have the RX brand granola. You can literally make that. You can literally make that. Because the oats exist. The almond butter exists. You just need vanilla granola. High and low is that I took a weekend to indulge in all the way. I did a lot of baking and was able to spoil her. We'll track today. Tracking is good. Getting back on track is always the hardest. It's always the hardest. I had a weekend full of cake, and I actually had another half of a cake thing today. A jar. If you follow me on Instagram, you've seen the jars. I made cake parfaits in jars, and I had every intention of eating the full thing. And I got about halfway through, and I'm like, nope, done, can't do it, not gonna do it, too much sugar. So that is a victory in and of itself. I have learned how to stop eating the cake things when I was done with them, instead of being like, oh, this is my serving, I'm gonna finish the whole thing. Very, very important. Very important. Let's see. After 4 months of hell, fiance ended the engagement and blindsided me. Oh, I'm so sorry. In a 10-pound game, I'm finally back on WW tracking and not eating fast food daily. Lost 3 pounds so far. Good for you. Good for you, Brooke. Also moving across the country from Chicago to New Mexico and terrified but staying on track. Oh, the stress. Let me tell you that staying on track and controlling the things you can control is probably the best thing you could do for yourself. Truly. Like, that's something you have control over. So while everything else around you feels like chaos, rest in the fact that you can use that thing to maintain some semblance of control. Think about it that way, and hopefully you can use that leverage to help you stay on track during this trying time. But good for you for moving and doing something new and exciting with your life. I hope that that brings you much, much happiness. That's very exciting. I was waiting for you to mention that hi just so I could send that. Oh, thank you. The half hour is great. It's lovely to come on for a little while. Super proud of you, hon. You're amazing. Thank you so much. Hi, it's reached lifetime. Congratulations, Tracy. That's awesome. Low, got to have surgery on my foot and need to stay off my foot for 4 to 6 weeks. Told my WW coach, and she said I have to make it to a workshop every 4 weeks to weigh in. Yes, that is true. You have to weigh in once a month. Hopefully that should be fine, because truly for weight gain, you're like, as long as you keep your eating in check, you should be okay. But that's hard. That's hard for anybody, especially if you're active. Oh man. Congratulations. Vanilla almond RX stuff tastes like birthday cake, and I'm afraid of ruining that with some off-brand. Hi, joined my first live tonight. Heather, hello! Welcome! Is not finishing a serving change since tracking calories versus bites? Thinking it's easier to change the calories than change the bites. I mean, it's the same. It is sometimes more impactful, I think, to be able to just watch the calories tick down. I don't know. It hasn't really... It's not something I've really thought much about. The thing that I thought about the most was I bought... Oh, there's another high. I bought a watermelon at the grocery store yesterday. First time this summer. And my husband cut it up, and dang it, it is so good. I looked at my husband and I'm like, I have regrets not buying watermelon all summer, because I have this fear that I'm going to buy a crappy watermelon. I really do. I'm like, if I buy a watermelon, I want it to be a freaking good watermelon. And luckily, this watermelon was a good watermelon. And watermelon has calories. Granted, it's like 140 calories for an entire pound of watermelon, which is great. But like one of those big round containers, like the Glad containers or whatever, holds like 2 pounds of watermelon. So you still have to watch yourself when you're eating watermelon and counting calories. But if you are somebody who is afraid that they are not eating enough calories, eating a heavy dose of watermelon can help you, because you can just go to town on that sucker. Oh my gosh, it's so good. I looked at Eric yesterday or today and I said, I'm sorry, babe, but every time I go to the grocery store from now until they're out of season, I'm bringing home a watermelon, because I have so many regrets not having any all summer and finally bringing one home and just having it be the most delicious thing in my refrigerator right now. Oh man, so good. As of this morning, I'm down 6 pounds since switching to calorie counting. Excellent. Hi, I'm new here. Yes, hello, Lydia. We got some new people today. I love it so much. My high this week is that I got to see my family for breakfast for the first time since the beginning of March. Audrey, that's awesome. That's awesome. I've been eating watermelon for a month or more. Weighed over 10 pounds. They are delicious. Yeah, they're good. They're good. And I'll have you know that... So my husband was working on the deck. He did this whole project. Like, he deep cleaned, and like our deck looks brand new. It looks outstanding. He did a lot of work on it. But yesterday he stained and like was on the ground painting and doing all these things. And then I came home from the store and he was helping me unload. And then he saw the watermelon. He's like, I don't know if I can carry that, man. And I was like, don't worry. Your buff wife is here to do it. And I carried the watermelon into the house. I was kind of smug about it too. I'm like, it's all right. I got this. Don't mind the leg braces. I'm going to carry the watermelon. It's all good. I always grocery shop in my leg braces. For those of you that don't know, conserves energy. I bought so many crappy watermelon, but I keep trying. The last one was good, I think. So there's a couple of like tricks that you can do to hopefully suss out the good ones from the bad ones. One that has not steered me wrong is the mark on it being dark yellow. And like, your gut instinct is to not pick the dark yellow mark, you know, but it actually is supposed to be a good thing. So I picked one that was a dark yellow, and then instead of an oblong one, you want one that is rounder. That is what I was told. I can't remember who told me that. I think one of my YouTube girls mentioned it, but I could be wrong. I feel like it was Mindy, but I might be making that up. I don't know. But anyway, I went for a round with a dark mark on it, dark yellow mark, and it was good. It was very, very good. Was it Mindy, Lindsay? That's what I thought. For some reason, I had her in my head when I was picking the watermelon, and she didn't steer me wrong. It was good. Oh yes, Marie, I thought the Dirty Dancing as I was doing it. I'm like, I'm carrying a watermelon, and he's like, are you so happy? One of my favorite movies of all time. Of all time. You texted her from the grocery store. Or texted us. Okay. Some guy was slapping them the other day. It made me laugh. He said, Slapping the, I mean, I guess that's a thing. Dark mark, not to be confused with Voldemort's sign. Also something I was thinking as I was saying it. Y'all know me too well, you know that? I guess that's a sign of a good community. You all literally know me too well. Down 2 pounds today. Yay, my high this week started working out again and I'm feeling better. Low was back pain and anxiety issues, but the workouts helped so much, Lydia. That's awesome. And that is like, that's a crucial piece of information for people to realize. And I'm glad that you've realized that working out truly, it's not just blowing smoke. Working out really helps with stress and anxiety and all of that because of those feel-good hormones. You might not think it at the time, but for real, it's a thing. It's for real. And it helps a lot. It also helps with the energy boost, for sure. Watermelon and cherries are candy, yes. Maybe I'll get a watermelon when we get our new fridge. Oh, so good. I taste really dark mark, not to be candy. Yes, okay. So, so today's Q&A day. I throw up Q&A day every once in a while because I actually really enjoy the conversations that go on during Q&A day because you guys are free to ask me whatever the heck you want. And some really interesting conversations have come from Q&A day. So today is Q&A day, but I wanted to talk to you guys a little bit about motivation first, because if you follow me on Instagram, you saw that I was a little pumped up about motivation today. And not in the way that you might think, not in that I was feeling particularly motivated, because I was not, but all the time. I recently said on Instagram, I posted a question box and said, what is the one thing that you struggle with the most on this journey? And resounding, I got a lot of different answers, but they all kind of fell into the same thing. And a lot of people actually answered motivation or lack of motivation. And I was like, wow, this is a huge problem for so many people. And then it's like all at the same time, I'm getting thwopped in the face with self-help books about habits. Hi, Lori, happy Tuesday. So all the self-help books I'm reading in our Diva and the Divine book club. Atomic Habits was thebomb.com, ladies and gentlemen. And now we're reading The 5-Second Rule by Mel Robbins. And that one is also, I have mixed feelings on the book, if I'm being completely honest. But the methodology, the trick that she's teaching you is solid. And some of the things she says, solid. But all in all these things. And then in my coaching training, like the nutrition course that I am taking, isn't just going to teach me about nutrition, but it actually teaches you about coaching and how to be an effective coach for other people and for yourself. And the first unit is not, I haven't touched a thing about nutrition yet. They're teaching you about coaching first because they want you to use all of these things as you're going forward through the courses and thinking about how to apply them both to your future clients and to yourself. So we were talking about coaching, and without fail, all of these things, my coaching materials and all of these books and all of these everythings have one common theme when it comes to motivation. And that is that motivation is a lie. It is a myth, and it is not the right thing to get you started. So from this point forward, ladies and gentlemen, anybody who is here on my feed can no longer use lack of motivation as an excuse for not getting things done. Period, the end, you're welcome. Why? Because the bottom line is action is what will create your motivation, not the other way around. If you wait for motivation to create your action, nothing is going to change. And another huge theme running throughout all of these things is that action is the key here. Not planning, not researching, actually taking the action for whatever it is. I'm not just applying this to weight loss goals or health goals or workout goals. I'm literally applying this to any goal under the face of the sun. Nothing matters unless you take action. You can read all the blogs, you can read all the books, you can do all the things, but if you don't do something, nothing's going to happen. So, action is what creates your motivation. Do not wait for motivation to strike to do something. Anything. Don't wait until you're motivated to go to the WW meeting or to sign up for iTrack Bites or to eat the healthy food or to put down the cupcake or to do whatever it is. If you wait for motivation, oh no, there's a screaming child. Awesome. Someone's having a rough evening. But my point is, if you wait for the motivation, you're never gonna do it. You're never going to do it because nobody wants to work out. Like truly in the heart of your soul, nobody wants to get up early in the morning and go and work out and get all sweaty and get all sore. And no, it's a small child screaming out here. She's really not thrilled about the fact that she's out for a walk right now. At least the screaming child isn't yours. Preach it. Preach it. Amen and hallelujah. Oh man, especially with all the back to school, I feel so bad for all of you parents and all of you teachers. And I know some parents who are also teachers. It is not an easy time right now. And my heart goes out to you for real because, oof. But that's pretty much my point. So from this point forward, do not ever tell me I'm not motivated. And I don't mean me. Don't ever come to me and I say, hey, what's the matter? Why aren't you going after your goals? I just don't feel motivated. I don't care. Quite frankly, because motivation is a myth. But what happens when you actually take that action is that crazy things are going to happen. You're going to start seeing results, and those results are going to give you, can anybody guess? Anybody guess? Motivation. So what happens is eventually your discipline and your consistency and doing all the crap that you don't want to do, but you know you have to do it, is going to give you the results that's going to motivate you to continue to take the actions, to continue to get results, to continue to get motivated. Does that make sense? But the starting step, the starting factor is not motivation. And it never will be motivation. It will be your actions. Always your actions. You just got to do it anyway. Do it anyway. That is the lesson here. Do the thing you don't want to do. Nobody is excited about having to track their food or giving up their favorite foods for a short period of time or learning how to moderate your foods. No one wants to be told that you can't have 5 ho-hos. Why ho-ho came into my head, I have no idea. Does everybody know what I'm talking about when I'm talking about ho-hos? This was a staple food of mine growing up as a kid. It's true. And so for whatever reason, ho-hos came to my head because I was thinking about like the ho-hos come in the 2-pack, right? If you track, you don't have to eat the 2 ho-hos. You don't need somebody telling you that you can have that you don't want somebody telling you only eat 1 ho-ho or only have 2 ho-hos or ration your ho-hos. Ho-hos and ding-dongs, that's right, and the cupcakes too. But 1 ho-ho is okay. Everything in moderation. That's my point. No one likes that. No one wants to be told that, and nobody is motivated to make that change until you take the actions by replacing your ho-hos. We're going with the ho-ho thing. Replacing your ho-hos with fruit at the end of the night, or 1 ho-ho and a piece of fruit instead of 3 packages of ho-hos, right? Or we were a Little Debbie family, didn't do Hostess. Okay, Little Debbie version's the Swiss cake roll, right? We usually did Hostess, but occasionally Little Debbie came home with us too. Little Debbie's the nutty bars, right? Now I'm just picturing that aisle, and like remember when those boxes of treats were all like $1 for the box? Ah, the good old days. The good old days. But the bottom line is nobody wants to be told that. Nobody wants to have to do that. But once you start making those changes, quit buying the ho-hos. I want a nutty bar and I can't have one. How much sugar is in a nutty bar, Christina? Too much for you, right? You can't even have you'd have to chunk it up into 4 pieces and have just a piece. But if you froze that bad boy, a frozen chunk of nutty bar would be real good. Actually, we used to keep them in the freezer. All of those treats, I don't know if it was my mom or my dad or someone started putting them in the freezer. They're real good in the freezer. But anyway, the actions that you're going to take, and Becky, you freeze all your desserts too. You could probably make some dieted down version, not of the whole bar, but get the right flavor, like a sugar-free wafer with some peanut butter and a little bit of chocolate. I don't know. And I'm trying to see if Christina can come up with her own, we're always getting on this topic of food. I know, it's because we love food. I can have 12 peanut M&Ms. Well, that's something. That's at least something. The bottom line is, once you start making the right decisions, once you back away from having an exclusively Hostess or Little Debbie diet and you only have those things in moderation and you're replacing those foods with the right foods, you don't like it, you're not motivated to do it, it's actually hard and you don't want to do it. But you start to feel better and you start to have more energy. And maybe the scale starts to go down. And with this more energy, you get to go shopping for new clothes because you're losing weight. And all of these things, and then maybe you start to exercise, and then exercising starts to feel good, and all that. And then once you get to those things, all of a sudden, you are motivated to no longer worry about Little Debbie or Mr. Hostess. Mr. Hostess? Does Hostess have a mascot? Pretty sure the mascot's a Twinkie. But you get my point. That's all I'm saying about motivation, my friends, is motivation is not the thing that's going to get you started towards any goal. And that is something that I am using and taking to heart this in real time for this month of August. I've got a lot of stuff that I want to do, and I need to be like, it's not about the motivation. It's about ticking those items off of your to-do list. It's doing things when you don't even want to be doing them. But then magic happens. Like, you do a plank for the first time in your life, and all of a sudden, I finished today's workout, and my first thought was, I cannot wait to come down here and push myself tomorrow. So that's what I'm gonna be like. I pushed myself, not because I was motivated to do it, for weeks and weeks and weeks, out of discipline. And I finally got a result that made me go, holy crap, something is happening. Amazing, now I want to do it. So that's my thought on motivation. Let me roll up in the comments and see what everybody is saying. And as I do that, feel free to pop your questions in the question box or the chat roll for the rest of the Q&A session. That was my lecture for tonight, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk. At least the screaming child isn't yours. I got an Apple Watch recently and I've been trying to close my rings each day. Now that I'm about a month in and close my rings, I don't want to break my streak. Lana, I am with you. I have closed my rings every single day since I have gotten this thing, and I desperately don't want to miss a day. Desperately, because I'm on such a solid streak of over a month. It is amazing. And I'm like, I don't want to break it. One of these days, I'm sure I will, and I will be a little bit sad the day that happens, but not today. Today will not be that day. I'm late, but the bit I've heard so true. Aubrey, hello. That's my daily goal. I'm so proud of you, Becky, for closing your rings. It makes my heart so happy. So happy. Lori, I'm thankful my 3 kids are adults now. Tough love. I'm in trouble. I tell you, Marie, you know what you're getting when you come to me. You know what you're going to get. Tough love, but heavy on the love. Heavy on the love. I only do it because I love you guys. In September, when I restarted WW, I was not ready. I lost my job the day before and was going to forget about starting until I got my life together. But I did it anyway, and what is one of the best decisions I've ever made. That's right. I love that, Lissa. Easier said than done. I've had a rough couple of weeks. Rebecca, hello. I've had a rough couple of weeks, and I'm not exercising like I should. I'm on the treadmill right now and do not want to be. I realize my health will slip again unless I do something right now. Rebecca, good for you. Stick with us. Stay on that treadmill while you're listening to this and let us be your motivator. Let us be your inspiration to keep on going, because you're absolutely right. That's what's going to help you, and you don't want, that's another motivator, is thinking about the flip side. What happens if you don't change? That is one of the big, because as much as motivation is not a key factor here, people still believe it is. So you need to do the mental game of, all right, well, clearly the positive things don't motivate you enough. Like, if you're that person that's like, I know I should do this and I want to lose some weight and I have all of these awesome whys, but they're not connecting with you, you got to do the flip side and do, what would happen if I didn't change anything? What would happen if I didn't start towards this journey? And just like you said, you're like, my health will slip and I don't want to go there. You use the negative motivator to be the thing that got you on the treadmill. And now that you're walking, how you feel and the fact that you even took control today and did that thing anyway is going to inspire you to do more the next time, right? She put it in the dishwasher and the markings came off. Noted. I will not put it in the dishwasher. Thank you, Marie. That's very helpful. Everybody and their mother got that water bottle. I swear to you. Which is funny because I saw it. I think my sister-in-law had it. And I discovered it because of her. And I just never bought it because I'm like, my husband's going to kill me if I buy another water bottle. And then everybody started to buy it. Literally everybody. The planner community on Instagram all owns this water bottle now. And finally my husband made it, I don't know if it was a joke or not, about how like, I'm like, well, if I buy a gallon water bottle and all the other water bottles disappear, is that okay? And he's like, yep. I'm like, great, done. I already knew which one I wanted to order and I got it. And I just now feel like I saw it first, but I feel like a follower because I was one of the last people to get it. We were a Little Debbie family. Oh no, it jumped down. Give me a second, y'all. Give me a second. Da, 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 da. There we go. We're talking about the Nutty Bar, my sister, frozen ones. Everyone freezes their desserts. I love it. I love it. Used to love Little Debbie's for my kids' snacks. Guess that wasn't a great idea. I didn't even eat them. I need to stop the elf diet, right? Oh, the elf diet. I'm still shocked to learn that the entire box of snack cakes isn't a serving. I'm planning to finish 10 rounds this month and plan to start over promptly. Wait, Rosie, you've been doing 10 rounds? Did I know that you were doing 10 rounds? I didn't realize you paid for 10 rounds. I'm dying to do 10 rounds and I'm so excited. I have to show you guys what I got. I mentioned this in my video today, but I will show you guys. And by video today, I mean the video I filmed today. I got me this. For those of you that are diehards and have been on my channel for like years and years and years, which I don't know if anybody in this room is in that boat, this is the Daily Greatness 12-week training journal that I have a walkthrough on that is probably 3 or 4 years old on my channel, maybe 2, but I'm thinking closer to 3 or 4. I treated myself and bought another one of these for 12 weeks because I wanted to, with Lift 4 ending and me not having a schedule for a little while, I wanted to make sure that I was like really dedicated to my fitness. And this is going to help me do that. And it has a place where you can like lay out your entire fitness plan for the period of 12 weeks. It has you setting a bunch of goals and disciplines and all that jazz. Like, it's a really in-depth thing, and then you fill things out every day. But it has this. It's literally 12 weeks on one page where you can write down every day's workout. And so I plan on doing that because I know when I'm starting, I almost said Lift 4, 10 rounds. 10 rounds starts on August 31st. Monday is when it hits Beachbody On Demand for the people that didn't pay for access. But before then, I have to figure out what I want to do. And then after then, I have to figure out what I want to do because Lift 4 is over this week. I only have 2 more Lift 4 workouts. And then I think I need a break from Lift 4 for a while. So I'm real excited. I got that for me to like up my training game a bit. A box of, oh no. The poor child is sad again. I think it just doesn't want to walk. Because I saw the parents carrying it. Yep, oh, now they're running. They're running home. Oh, no. Little Debbie snack cakes and a bag of potato chips was one of my favorite meals in the past. Oh my goodness, yeah. I think we've all been there. Little Debbie snack cakes after school, zebra cakes, anybody? Like, we've all been there. Audrey Rolfe posted a similar bottle and people are going nuts for them. The gallon bottle, you guys, I bought this gallon bottle on Amazon for 20 bucks and it's outstanding. And of course it weighs 8 pounds when it's full first thing in the morning, but it has little like, I'm sure you've all seen it, have seen it in one place or another, but it's got like the 7 a.m., 9 a.m., like it keeps track of things for you, and I love it. I love it. I love it. I've been using it for 3 days, and I can already tell you it's going to be in my August favorites video, because I will be doing an August favorites video. Do you add ice? Only first thing in the morning. So, and this is something I was telling my mother-in-law because she needs to have ice with her water all the time. Must be a Florida thing. I don't care. Like, ice is good, but I don't have to have ice. But sometimes ice is good, especially in the summer. But if you keep refilling it with ice, you're going to mess up the numbers. So what I will do is I will fill it up most of the way, first thing in the morning. And then if I want to add some ice to it, I will add some ice to it to fill it up the rest of the way, right? Because that ice will melt down and complete the 128 ounces. If I want to drink it over ice, you have two options. The straw is removable, so you can just carry that bad boy around all day and drink it. I'm doing this because it's so big that you have to use both hands. But so you drink it with the straw, or you can open the thing and remove the straw, and then you get like a pour spout. So what you could do to accurately track your gallon is fill it up first thing in the morning, and then take a separate vessel like this one and fill it with ice, and then pour your water from your gallon vessel into the vessel filled with ice that you actually want to drink out of, right? I like the idea of negative motivation because the positive ones demotivate me. And yeah, like just like Christina said, Marie, some people need that. And if that's what you need to snap you into place and be like, if I don't do this, bad things will happen. I mean, that's what will keep people from messing up at work because they have a fear of getting fired or something. You know what I mean? Negative repercussions as a motivator works. It really does. I always hated when Y was talked about in WW meetings. Yeah, like it's everything. When it comes to the mental game, it is not a free for all, a one size fits all. That's what I was trying to go for, a one size fits all, because everybody has different ways that they are motivated. They have different ways that they learn. They have different ways that they do habits and everything. But that is why it's important to understand that the habits and the actions have to come first, not the motivator. Whether you are positively or negatively motivated, it doesn't matter. You need to not wait for the motivation, whatever it may be. You need to not wait for the doctor to tell you that you're going to kill yourself if you keep on this thing. That is a motivator that will change people's lives, but wouldn't it be better if you just took action before you got that report or whatever, you know? How much water do you recommend drinking? Do you add any flavor to it? In my non-professional opinion, I do like what the Hollises have to say about water, and that's half your body weight in ounces of water every single day. Personally, I like to drink a gallon of water a day. I like a lot of water. I like to make sure my system is flushed. Note, a gallon of water is more than half of my body weight in ounces of water every day, just in case you were wondering. But I don't know, and a gallon's like a nice solid measurement. That's 128 ounces for those of you that don't know. But truthfully, what you need is you need to be hydrated enough so your pee is a light yellow color. That's how you know you are sufficiently hydrated, you know? Lucky if I get 28 ounces. Oh, girl, you got to up that bad boy. You got to up that bad boy hardcore. And your pee will give you a solid indicator. There are a lot of times where I'm running clear. Like, I'm super hydrated. And I like it that way. I feel good when I'm hydrated. I can tell I get a headache. I get real lethargic. I want to eat all the things. Like, if I'm not hydrated enough, all of these things happen. And so I always have a water bottle with me in every room at all times. Always. Do I flavor my water? I will drink flavored water. I do not count it towards my gallon of water. My gallon of water is regular water or ice water, period. So I will have, like today, my afternoon pick-me-up was a Arbonne Fizz stick, which has caffeine in it, and an extra container of water with ice. And that was my delicious flavored caffeinated beverage for the afternoon. I have coffee in the morning. Or I will have a sparkling water. I like Waterloo, so occasionally I will have a sparkling water. Again, does not count towards my water total. For me, personally, I choose not to have that count. However, if you are somebody that has a hard time with water, a couple drops of a Mio or something, or you guys, you heard it here first. Maybe not. Maybe Weight Watchers people knew about this already. It has an artificial sweetener in it. Don't sue me. But you know how I've been loving those Arbonne Fizz sticks that cost an absurd amount of money for 30 of them? I think like the cheapest you can get them, and that's if you're an Arbonne consultant, is for like $35. So it's like $1 a piece, right? I love them a lot. And I have an Arbonne girl who can hook me up. But who did I see this from? One of my favorite Instagrammers, Julie Ledbetter, who's a fitness person. I love her. I love her so much. She's very inspirational to me. She was talking about mixing her pre-workout, and she's the person I heard about PE Science from, which is one of my favorite brands for pre-workouts and all that jazz. She mixed her caffeine in the morning with a packet of Crystal Light, strawberry flavored. And I was like, I didn't know that these single servings of strawberry, as you guys know, strawberry is my favorite flavor, bar none, strawberry Crystal Light. Hallelujah, praise Jesus. I've been using strawberry fizz sticks. Now, Crystal Light does not have all of the vitamins and good stuff in it that the Arbonne fizz sticks do, but I went over to Target, like I always do, went down the drink aisle, found these individual packets of strawberry Crystal Light for 10 calories, and they have 60 milligrams of caffeine in them. I could have danced in the aisle, so I bought them. For a 10 pack, it was like $3. And so already like a third cheaper, right? I need one Crystal Light with caffeine today. Strawberry or peach mango. Oh, they have other flavors? I didn't know they had other caffeinated ones. I just was like, the thing so of course I want one that's also not caffeinated, because like I would love to have one right now, but I can't because there's 60 milligrams of caffeine in those bad boys. So if strawberry individual packets without caffeine exist, someone tell me where to get those, because they're not at my Target. But I would like something. But these packets, they're really sweet. So actually, I put them in a container. This is my fizz stick container size. It's actually too sweet for me. So I would prefer a slightly larger container of or slightly less of the powder per packet, because the Crystal Light is, because of the artificial sweetener, presumably it's too sweet. But yesterday I did something magical. Every once in a while I make a pitcher of lemon water, like straight up, like quarter cup to half a cup of lemon juice, like tart, supposed to detox. We don't detox, by the way, but it's good for your digestion and all that, but detox your body lemon water, not lemonade, lemon water. And I used that lemon water to make the packet of strawberry stuff. It was so good. Like the sour of the lemon balanced out that sweet so well. Y'all, I went to Target again on Monday, yesterday, and there was a 30 pack of these things for like $7 or something. I bought it. Oh my gosh. Love it. Don't love that there's artificial sweetener in it, but you know what? I'm doing pretty good with all the other stuff in my life. So the artificial sweetener in the one packet of stuff that I might have a day, totally worth it. Oh, so good. That's my little product find. That's just for you guys until a favorites video rolls along. Let's see. What about, if I don't do this, what will happen? Sometimes works a lot better. How much water do you drink? Here we go. I never ate lunch in high school because I didn't have anyone to sit with and was too anxious to sit in the cafeteria. Like tea or water drops. I drink tea and I drink coffee. It doesn't count towards water for me. Water is my downfall. Okay. I have a few gallon jugs that I refill at Whole Foods every few days and just pour from my gallon into whatever cup I'm using. I basically only drink water with enhancers, all 0 calorie though. I drink a gallon of water a day. The water I drink is distilled. I mix a little collagen in my water in the morning, but most of it's plain. 28 ounces is not enough. I will heal my leg wound and the anemia. Just hard to drink it. I use 0 calorie water drops. Yeah, definitely. What else do you drink, Lydia? Because what you can do is you can start to bargain with yourself. It takes discipline. But like, for example, are you a coffee drinker in the morning? I'm a coffee drinker in the morning. I can't. My husband actually made a really funny joke. So we play video games together. And so it's a video gaming joke. But like, we were playing Harry Potter, right? And we go through and you have to unlock spells before you can use them, or you have to unlock a certain feature before you can use it. And the other day I was trying to, like, I got up first thing and was talking to him and was trying to do something, and like my brain just stalled out and I was like, I don't remember what I was doing. I had a moment and I'm like, I haven't had coffee yet, leave me alone. He goes, what? Coffee is the thing that unlocks multitasking for you in the morning? So I pictured like my first sip of coffee and then like, multitasking unlocked, because I'm a good multitasker unless I haven't had my coffee yet. But the bargain with yourself could be like, that first sip of coffee is what I live for in the morning. It's so good. I always set my coffee maker to have the coffee ready when I wake up so I don't have to think to make the coffee in the morning. That's how bad it is. But I always drink water first. So I guzzle down some water before I even reward myself with my coffee. Or if you like Diet Coke, I'm not a Diet Coke person, so I cannot attest to this, but like if you're gonna have a Diet Coke at 10 o'clock in the morning, drink water first. Anytime you're going to drink something else that you will consider a treat, your Coke, your coffee, whatever your vice is, an alcoholic beverage in the evening, whatever it may be, always drink water first, and that will up your water intake significantly. Most days I have a large mug of English breakfast tea and a large mug of water or two, usually enough for me. Toilet brush salesman, hello. I need 1 Crystal Light with caffeine per day. Oh, yes, yes. Wild strawberry. Now we're talking about the Crystal Light. Mio water enhancer has ones with caffeine I drink in the morning. I need one that doesn't have caffeine though. And also, does Mio have strawberry flavored? I just want all of the strawberry flavored drink mixers. That's what I want in my life right now. Because it's real good. They used to have margarita and strawberry daiquiri. Oh, interesting. I tried the energy drink additives. It made my heart race. Yeah, be very careful because I think it's like straight caffeine powder that's in there. So you don't want to overdo it. Take it very seriously that there's caffeine in there. I usually double the recommended water. Okay, Sarah, that makes sense because that's kind of what I feel I needed too. And in the same way, the Arbonne packets, my Arbonne girl said, you know, her favorite thing is to take 2 of the strawberry ones and put them in a venti Starbucks container. I think 1 is more than enough. More than enough. And it's still flavored and it's delicious, but it's not overly sugary sweet, which I think is why I like it, just 1 packet. So I think I'm going to have to start doing like either a much larger container and put 2 packets in there and go from there. But also I shouldn't make 2 packets at a time because we all know what happens when Brianna gets her hands on too much caffeine in the afternoon. Yeah, but this was the best discovery ever. You can get them at Walmart. Never use a full stick in what they say for the water. Use half a stick. Okay, maybe I just have to start using half a stick. Can't drink caffeine. The other one's worsens my anxiety issues. I get that. I totally get that. Gallon jug is on my list of advice from Brianna I resisted and eventually gave into and ended up really liking. She's surprised. She's surprised that I give good suggestions. Come on, Lissa. I have organic coffee flavored tea with 0 caffeine. I usually count anything I mix with water as water. I miss my coffee too. And for somebody who struggles to get water, that's a great place to start. You could also count seltzer water towards your water. I personally choose not to because I want to make sure I'm getting, I don't want to make an excuse to have too many seltzers or too many other things or too many cups of coffee. Like I want to make sure I'm having exclusively water. But if you're someone who's only getting 28 ounces of water a day and you can double that by having 1 seltzer water or something, by all means, do that. Mio does, and Crystal Light has strawberry non-caffeinated as well. Yes! Because I would love that right now. Like, I'd totally make myself a Crystal Light beverage to have with you guys. I fill my 30-ounce Yeti 3/4 of the way full with water and 1 strawberry. Okay. Crush or Hawaiian Punch don't have caffeine. I'd never loved Hawaiian Punch, if we're being totally honest. I was never into that. Dalgona coffee brie. Yeah, that was a hot mess, wasn't it? That was a hot mess. Not surprised. I've come to accept it by now. Well, good. I like that. All right, my friends. Do we have any questions? Questions for the day about whatever, because it is Q&A. And we've covered a lot of good topics today, though. Water is important. The lesson about motivation is important. Little Debbies are important. Also, you may want to check if your the tub of Crystal Light. And we thought, one, Eric actually suggested, he goes, what if you get a little container and you just empty all of the packets into the container and then you can take the right amount for you? And I'm like, that's a great idea until it's not a great idea because there's caffeine powder in it. That's that's my only hesitation. But as long as I can, I should weigh out exactly. I think it's like 3 grams is the serving of the packet. So maybe I need 2 grams or something. And I could weigh it out or something. I don't know. It's a work in progress. I just discovered these things a couple days ago. So it was a lovely, lovely discovery. How often and how long do you recommend working out? I think, in my non-professional opinion, because that is my disclaimer for all the things. I am not yet a nutritionist or a professional in any way. I'm just somebody on YouTube sharing my own experience with you guys. So that is my disclaimer in my non-professional opinion. In my non-professional opinion, it depends where you are starting. If you are starting from 0, any exercise that you do, I recommend you doing. If all that is going for a 10-minute walk around the block because it takes you 10 minutes to get around the block, totally okay. Do something. Personally, I work out 5 to 6 days a week for at least half an hour every single day because it's good for me and I feel good when I do it. I don't feel good while I do it, but I feel good after I do it, and it sets me up for success the rest of the day. I can feel it in my body when I don't work out. Like, it's almost like this weird restless leg syndrome of like, my body might be really tired because hashtag CMT life. Like, that just, some days I'm just really tired and I have a really hard time with those days. Not because I'm afraid of resting. I'm okay with taking a rest, but my problem is I literally can like feel the discomfort in my lower body specifically if I don't do something active because my leg, I don't know, is that what restless leg syndrome feels like? I don't know, but it is like this discomfort of like my legs are so heavy and so tired, but I feel like if I go to bed, I won't be able to sleep. Like something is wrong if I don't do something active. So I'm active every single day in some way, shape, or form. I work out 5 to 6 days a week. Most days that includes cardio, but I'm very proud of myself. The last 2 days, I have only done my weightlifting workouts. Only. And that's hard for me because I am a cardio lover. I love my cardio. But I don't know what my watch is doing, but so I can't even look at my rings right now. But I'm active enough throughout the day, and I'm like, I have stuff to do. I got videos to film. I filmed 2 videos today, and talk about action creates the motivation. I really didn't want to film today, but I did it anyway, and I feel really good about it. And that is because I'm like, well, let me just, and Eric's hockey game was going to be on, and I had to watch the Florida Panthers play at 11 o'clock this morning to be the good, supportive wife. And so I did leg day on lift 4, which was HIIT, so I got cardio in anyway. My planking spiked my heart rate into like peak mode or whatever. Like, it was hardcore. I felt like my heart was going to beat out my chest. So I'm like, okay, cardio, check. But I haven't been doing the elliptical every day. I'm trying to do strength training at least 3 to 4 days a week, and cardio 4 days a week is my goal. But some days